Look, I know that a lot of my friends enjoy Disney, and people like Jay, Drunk 3 Pro, probably going to catch a few strays in this video. Nothing but love. But I could not skip over this story because the idea of an adult dating app for Disney adults is just too hilarious to not make fun of. I mean, what is the percentage? There are so many jokes, like they're coming so fast and frequently, much like Disney adults do. I don't even if I could have sat down with a notepad and just wrote jokes about Disney adults dating apps, I would have been here all day. But I'm gonna try to give my adult friends who enjoy Disney a tiny shred of dignity. But this is an absolutely wild story and a wild app that we're gonna look at. I think being a Disney adult may be akin to a little bit of a bad habit, but this video sponsor, Fume, has a cure for bad habits. Check this out quick. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Fume. Look, we all have bad habits, and well, one of mine was one of those habits you're doing so well without until you're out with friends. Suddenly everyone's reaching for theirs, and the urge to just borrow one kicks in. But what if I told you there's a better alternative, something enjoyable that you can take with you anytime? Fume is an award-winning flavored air device, so there's no nicotine, no vapor, just natural flavor. It brings flavors to your mouth, not into your lungs. It fills the void of ditching a bad habit, and it's just so much better in every way. It's something you can use anywhere, 100% nicotine-free, non-toxic flavors, no batteries, no charging, and a fraction of the cost of other alternatives. I also love how it's built. It's built really nice and sturdy. You can fidget with it, you can spin it, you can do all sorts of stuff. It helps for me to just have it in my hand, and it helps me kind of make the right decision. And also remember that Fume continuously invests in third-party studies to ensure their safety of all their products. Multiple third-party toxicology reports and studies have been done on the inhalation and the digestion of plant compounds that they use in their cores, and they're committed to always funding more. Fume is backed by doctors in the United States. My favorite flavor still remains orange vanilla, but sometimes I go crisp mint. It kind of it depends on how I'm feeling for the day. But if you're ready to lose that bad habit, go to tryfume.com/quartering or scan the QR code and use code quartering to get your free Fume topper when you order your journey pack. You'll be happy you did. Inside the new Disney adult dating app, designed to connect single theme park enthusiasts. Get ready, Disney fans, because there's a dating app that's designed to help single theme park enthusiasts find their happily ever after. Now, look, some Disney adults are probably totally fine, well-adjusted human beings. I would argue, though, that the overwhelming majority of them, if you're going to Disney more than twice a year, and look, if you live there and it's like your theme park, I think I could forgive, 3 or 4 visits a year. And if you have kids, you're exempt. If you have kids and you're taking your kids to Disneyland 20 times a year, you're exempt from all of the jokes that I'm going to make about Disney adults in this video, okay? But if you are a grown man or a grown woman who finds refuge at Disney and you find yourself going weekly, I think you might have some unresolved issues. I think you might be a fine person, Jay, but if you're going to Disney every day or every week, I just wonder. Now, look, there are exceptions. Are you going to Universal, or are you going to Epcot or whatever, and doing more kind of adult things, eating food or wine or going to certain shows or whatever. That's different than spending every day at Magic Kingdom. I will admit that. The app is called Single Riders. Oh my God. It's set to start beta testing later this year and will launch to everyone in early 2026. By the way, completely unrelated, by 2027, it will become the largest known online database of offenders, on that list. I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry, Disney adults, but I'm just saying this may be a honeypot, so be careful. Well, actually, if you're an offender, don't be careful. I'm just saying that this dating app may be the single largest list of potential offenders, of potential peeping toms, or people that hang out on the playground ever in history. This could be unprecedented. It could be bigger than the Epstein list. Creator and self-proclaimed Disney adult. See, that's the thing. Joe LaSatoria from 32 from Orlando, Florida, spoke exclusively about it with the Daily Mail. He explained that the idea came to him during his own quest to find love. Well, you know why you're not finding love is because you're spending every day at Disneyland. You know what I mean? Like, go a place where single women are. Single women aren't hanging out at Disneyland. This is not a complicated problem to solve, I assure you. About 2 years ago, I was ghosted on a first date I had set up through a dating app, he explained. With a free afternoon, I did what any local Disney adult might do. I headed to Hollywood Studios for a few drinks and some solo park time. Now, look, Hollywood Studios, I think, is a little different. Look how kind I'm trying to be to Disney adults. Junk 3PO, if you're going to Hollywood Studios, I don't think that, it's a little different than Disneyland, I'll say, okay? But going to a theme park alone is really sad. And I wish you had friends. I wish I guess maybe you're supposed to meet your date there, maybe. Well, walking around, it hit me how hard it was to find someone who truly shared my love for Disney. That's when the idea sparked a dating app for Disney adults and theme park lovers. Joe instantly knew he was onto something and took to TikTok to share his idea. Well, that was stupid. He should have patented it and developed the idea. But anyway, and immediately it absolutely took off. His video about it raked in thousands of views and comments and only cemented how much the app was needed. Bruh. I shouldn't make fun of him because he's like a skinnier version of me, so I won't do that. I'm curious what ink you have. This is some script I can't read. You have lots of ink. If any of them are Disney tattoos, then, that could be keeping women away. The response was way bigger than I ever expected. I knew I had something special, but Joe had one problem. He had no idea to create an app and didn't have any programming experience. He spent nearly 2 years for the right person to help bring it to life, and eventually he met a, quote, tech genius through a mutual friend. They clicked immediately. Joe explained not only is he incredibly talented, but he also believes in the magic of Disney as much as I do. He jumped on board to help make it a reality, and we've been building ever since. Adam, I remember thinking when I heard about this idea, wait, isn't it already a mobile app? It immediately clicked for me that it needed to exist. And I wanted to help make it happen. I mean, this may be a popular app in Orlando, Florida, or where's the one in California, Anaheim? If it's in Anaheim, that could be. They started officially developing it earlier this year, but building it from the ground up takes time. So when can fans expect Single Ride to hit the App Store? Right now, they're aiming for a full launch next spring or summer, with beta testing hopefully starting in 2025. I could put this app together for $20,000 and have it live in a week. So I don't know who this tech genius is. Like, are you a creep? Yes. Will you date obese women and obese men? Yes. Welcome to the app. I'm kidding. Whoever, look, I'll give you some business advice because I don't know if you're going to see this, buddy, but like, this app is so simple that it should be on the App Store in a month. Like, this is not very complicated. There's already like a lot of geolocation dating app clones out there. Open source software can take you about 95% of the way, and Grok could take you the rest. So anyway, they intended for, quote, normal use of the app to be completely free, but are exploring thoughtful ways to monetize that feel fair and add value, like optional premium features or perks that enhance the experience without limiting its core functionality, he said. Our goal is to keep things accessible when building something that can grow and improve over time. But he reiterated, we want everyone to be able to connect and enjoy the experience. Look, I think this is, like if you live in Orlando, or Anaheim, you probably have like a season pass and you're not spending like when I think of this, I think like man, for me to go, you know, it was like $300 for a ticket, plus obviously travel and lodging. But if you just live there and you have some sort of season pass and you can get in for, you know, an average of $25 every time you go, and you want to go pay $18 for a drink willingly, you know, I guess, again, going to Hollywood Studios, I think, is a little different than spending all day at Magic Kingdom. Whether it's for love, friendship, or just a buddy for your next Disney day, we want single riders to make those magical connections happen. I don't know why Jay from, you know, Drunk 3PO didn't think of this first. Let's look at the comments. Meet me at Disneyland. It's a small world after all. I hope he finds his Disney princess. If curious singles see the so-called creator's photo for participating, they may, I wouldn't say that. That's not nice. I thought that's what Grindr was for. I love this because I would never date a woman who wouldn't go to Disney at least 4 times a year. And yes, I go by myself all the time. See, this, I don't know. Am I just being too hard on these people? Here's the thing. I read once, Disney adults usually had one of 2 childhood experiences. One had the very best experiences, many happy memories, and want to continue the happiness for the rest of their lives. Others had horrible childhoods and are looking to recreate a happy life, almost recreate their childhood. Either way, they tend to be weird AF. Weird, a Disney dating app, an app where woke libs can meet and promote leftism. You know, the Disney guy, the creator of this app, apparently isn't even woke. I don't know. I don't think Disney adults are woke or not woke. I think I don't know. Maybe I'll bring a Disney adult on my show one day and try to understand their side of things. But I have a feeling this app may be used by the federales to you know, to you know, shorten their list. I mean, Disney gets busted for this kind of stuff all the time, but those are people that just work there, I suppose. So we'll have to wait and see. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.